upcoming action RPG No Rest for the Wicked was revealed at the 2023 Game Awards with a stunning trailer full of fierce gameplay and beautiful art design. So we asked Moon Studios to break it down for us and pick out some exciting details you might not know about the Ori developers' next game. Enjoy!
I think it was really about building up on that tone of dread and the mature setting, right? We have the blood in the water, we have these bodies that are mutilated, something happened, you don't know as a viewer what exactly happened.
Yeah, here's the developers that made Ori, here's a bunch of blood.
Yeah, you should be guessing, what is this game?
She drowned this evening, but still visits by the light of the moon.
I think it's really important, in the color script of the trailer to show that contrast. The opening is very cold and you feel the rain and this water, you feel cold almost, and then you're underwater and then there's all this blood and it's very dark. And here you almost feel hope. You feel that there's something that's warm. You have this warmer environment in this church, which has this religious element. And now you're even more confused, hopefully, in a good way, and wondering, what is this game?
I think this also always shows what we do with colors at Moon, right? Like all the primary colors stand out here, And I love this shot, the church window and how the lighting and the smoke effects and so on came together. It's really nice.
The glass is telling a story about the pestilence, about the plague in this world, and you have these two characters overlooking it, hopefully giving you the sense of kind of contemplation and the religious element. And this is a very important and a very, very cool character that we call the Watcher.
Ron is one of the scholars.
He's basically a nerd of this island.
I just love how the visual design kind of tells you a little bit about who the character is, right? Like you understand that he's probably sitting hunched up over books because he already put candles on top of his head just to be able to read at night and so on. I always like these kind of little characteristics.
To prosper, to love, to forgive.
I think with these shots you kind of also see in terms of art what we're trying to do, that light and dark, that Caravaggio aesthetic, right? Especially when you see Boros removing his hood and the way we played with shadows and so on.
You can also see how, again, we're playing with warmth and cold tones. So we go from a colder shot to this more bright shot of Selena, golden sunset shot, showcasing the color palette and the richness of colors in this game, and how her hair and speculars on her armor play with that lighting, and giving Celine, this character, this focused and determined look.
We don't use any mocap, motion capture in anything, right? Like we want that animation quality almost from that feels almost like a Disney or Pixar film or something, right? Like in that.
Making sure the hair moves in the wind, and that there's this coat with these furs, and each individual fur moves in this breeze, that you feel the wind, the subtle wind, you feel the ambience of this world in this shot when you just look at the character. I really love that.
Yeah, people don't know yet what this shot is about, but yeah, I can't wait to see what people think once they see the full cinematic.
On one hand, you see this very, ominous creature, and it looks very cool. The visual design of it is very cool. The environment with all of the smoke and the visual effects there, all rendered in real time, is just super, super beautiful. But then we wanted to juxtapose it with something shocking, something that, up until this point, we're building this cast of characters, and it's very interesting. But we wanted to add a note that almost felt like it's dissonant. Like it's a note that doesn't belong there, to really capture your attention before we reveal the studio logo. When you see these shots in a sequence, you really build up that sense of wonder of, what is this game? Who made it? What am I looking at? And then you see that witch come out of this bear, and that's when you really go, okay, this is super weird in a good way, in a cool way. And then we go, this is the creators of Ori. Which hopefully should be a really good contrast and get a lot of people's attention, because this is not Ori at all. And the amount of time we spent on just animating those little pieces of slime, with the camera following her, you really feel like you connect with the struggle that she has, which I really like. That little detail in the camera animation really made a huge difference. And here's where we reveal the creators of Ori, and then this is where the music completely shifts and we go big shebang. here's the first shot that shows the game. This is your character overlooking this amazing vista, the main town of the game. And here you're seeing the character run. We see another armor, so trying to show another weapon. We're trying to show the diversity of different weapons you will have in this game. And we also have this interactivity of the world where the bridge is completely interactive, right? So you see how the bridge is sinking, how the little ropes on the bridge animate. You see the canopy of the trees casting the shadows, the light rays that are animating in the background, and all of this is moving. There's leaves flying through the air. So there's a lot of just great detail in the shot that I really love. To break it up to a more action-oriented cinematic shot, and we're showing this attack on a ship, which we will not spoil.
I mean, again, I think this shows kind of like what style we're going for. You know, I've been inspired by Vagrant Story and those kind of things, where on the PlayStation 1, where they used to, you know, have these close-ups and so on, even with characters that had not that many polygons and so on.
This shot was really important for us, and we found it in an earlier edit of the trailer before, you know, all the other shots were picked, and that was about showing the scale of the game. And one of the most interesting parts about it is the verticality, is how you can get into these places that are really up high and see the world below you. And it's all the real world, you know, it's all the places you can go to. You might even see your friends running around in the distance or the bosses. We love the design of this one. It's just such a striking, such a cool visual design, and you know, it should give you this feeling of horror and just giving you this feeling of, okay, I'm going to be fighting some pretty nasty stuff in this game.
It's nice to see the timing here and how the player played this, because you see the strategic component of our combat system, right? Where you do like one swing, then the second swing, and then immediately as the character, as the opponent tries to hit, like you dodge out of the way. It's exactly what we're trying to hit with our combat system.
And we're showing you something that happens much later in the game. One of the really exciting cinematics that we can't wait for everybody to see. Probably have to wait a bit longer for that one. And we really then accelerate the edits. You'll see that the shots get much faster paced. The action in each shot gets getting even more exciting, and we're showing even more gameplay. So in this case, the mage and the fireball being cast at this big creature. One of my personal favorites of this trailer is this transition that you're gonna see here from this fireball hitting the creature, but we don't actually show you the effect of the fireball, but we transition that you dodge out of the way, harm's way of the grenade, and we kind of do this flip where you can see that where the player was, there's now an enemy, and where the enemy was, there is now you. So we almost do this like, you know, ping pong effect. So this is faster paced cinematic shots now, and going back to this, you know, character that you've seen before, earlier, in a different, more mysterious setting. Now you see him in this very fancy outfit with this really beautiful lighting, kind of breaking this wall of smoke.
Again, to me, this is all about Caravaggio, right? Seeing these really dark and rich shadows.
And this is also one of the really important characters that we're introducing in the shot. She's beaten down. We are not afraid to show that, again, this is a more gritty world, you know, it's not pretty. We really love the lighting in this shot, like the way the metal on the arms of these characters works, the way the cloth simulates, the way the rim lights work from the moonlight, and also the fire in the back. We really think this is one of those iconic shots of this game.
Yeah, we don't want to go into details, but Odessa is a very important character in our story.
We really like that sort of punchy ending to this very fast montage. So you build up to this ante, you put a full stop, and then you have this much slower transition into the next shot, where we really wanted to reveal a few additional characters and also show you this very religious subtone that this game has in that king shot, the shot of the dead king and the two characters praying. And then from there, we basically revealed the name of the game and the logo that we built, that we also tried so many different iterations, and then we animated it all in Engine. We wanted to make the logo feel heavy. We wanted to make it feel cool, but we didn't want it to be too flashy, and that's about it. Then we had to add the plate about Wicked Inside, which is when we will be able to tell you guys a lot more about the game, and honestly, super excited.
Make sure to stick with IGN for more on No Rest for the Wicked, including an extended look at some boss battle gameplay and a breakdown of how the combat works as we build up to the Wicked Inside Showcase on March 1st.